A prototype kilogram sits hidden away in a glass metal vault, while proxies speed their way from fishmongers to bathroom scales, proton katamari as they go. If the world feels heavier, it may indeed be, but only by the weight of an eyelash, a mosquito's wing, a grain of sand or microbead of microplastic, just enough to disturb rest, constant mise en place. A polythene condition. Feed forward as operating logic, deploying materials as both substrate and product. A condition for propulsion, for forward operating bases, mass distribution centers, for thoughts whose occasion is movement ambivalent to direction. A scenario. Chicken grease, petrol pump, mufflers grumble, fluorescent lights sliding across brushed steel, ceramic tiles. Hot juice oozing down hot dog tubes, Axe deodorant. Brakes squeezing into screeches, aluminum wind whistling over horizon. 200 supply, low on mats. Plastic changes hands, mouths sink into spherified meat. Window rolls down, gears pulling, particles in tow. Car horns flood in, blaring syncopation against a melody older than stars. Petrol station, McDonald's, mosque. Petrol station, a party of worms chomping at rinds. 2 words follow in duty-free English, special, full. Yokohama rubber on either side, popping, clicking, clicking, shuddering to ambivalent temperature as gears and hinges come unstuck and stuck again. Engines turn mouths full of pop rocks. Dull aches weigh heavy on ankles worn thin from toe tapping. Throats itch with guffaws and discordant syllables. On the FM, voices out of air, talk show hosts debate difference between smoke, smog, fog. Hot grease comes now in licks and slaps. Blankets lungs, mixes with petrol, saturates air. Foreheads glisten with the kind of heat that keeps paint wet. Heat that makes all rooms hotel rooms. 37 psi, exhale. 36 psi, exhale. 2 characters wearing name tags at the next pump. One is P, R, O, busy taking a video, a condition report for a rental. Phone in one hand, tracing the other. Fingers pointing, suturing a shimmering surface as it goes. Reflected in the surface, scratches, craters, and something that looks like the world. The other, Ashok Leyland, busy drinking his entire body weight in oil. Between gulps, Ashok sings stories about the sun's tirade and about polythene not knowing its place, not knowing its time. Polythene that walks with a particular gait, a certain bounce, bouncing petulant, obnoxious, buoyant, roaring invitations to break the world. Polythene, whose eyes smolder like revolvers exhaling smoke, like daggers slung loose dangling from fingertips. Polythene that talks loud and talks a lot, whose words apply pressure onto language, whose untethering from time applies pressure onto time so as to anticipate its own continuity, so as to be pregnant with the possibility of the next meeting, and also the finitude that each meeting is an ending, that the next meeting is not taken for granted. Friends' rate is now 19.66 and increasing again. To know the details, please dial *111 *10 *20# from your mobile. Do not miss this opportunity. Glass swings open, rush of cold, brittle air. Type beats on loop. A shelf full of single bananas, individually enveloped in tight skin film. Miniature ethylene factories churning out ethylene with great enthusiasm, spurring, ripening, and yet more ethylene in delirious, recursive frenzy. Outside, a gas refinery flare on chimney stack, smoldering, revolt against the sun. Smoldering past chill, tin pitch of night. An infinite burp, whose aroma rings with aftertaste of discipline, subject identification, Euclidean logics. All of it pulverized, wet down until viscoelastic. Crisp, crunch, still damp between the inches from deep fry. Steam, salt, then tender sinews underneath for stomachs to warm and mellow their keep. To tease stains off polythene, to mold them into familiar shapes, to reveal relations that plankton ancestors whose depths eclipse time. Ashok is still singing stories about how polythene has no love for mirrors, how polythene does not want to picture itself in time. After all, when European soldiers advanced on the Forbidden City, local peasants helped erect ladders to scale its walls so that they too could join in looting the place. Meanwhile, a crowd has gathered, nibbling on Ashok's stories, stopping there and there to chew. All around, construction cranes careen across dunes the size of worlds. Enough cranes to outnumber stars. High beams glance at the commotion as they crawl by in lines, heaving 1 kilometer per hour, bumper to bumper, with no beginning or end in sight, mutable pipelines with sweats for joints. On the far side of the last row of pumps, a sensorium and an auto repair shop. A sign above the door reads Rhino. Inside, itineraries guzzle material to fuel their throw, and delivery bikes meet to exchange worn parts for less worn parts. Meanwhile, Lipton tea bags come to boil, and engine oil spits into fryer oil. No content to resolve, heaps of fiberglass and foam take turns as dinosaurs, skyscrapers, roller coasters, pyramids, hamburgers, Mughal arches pinched at their apex, parade sympathetic magic. A notice pinned to the wall reads, "Cold sand cleans, does not cling." Cleansed grease-stained hands after meals becomes maligned only when wet. Firewood is best lit when with nacho cheese Doritos. Polythene is easier to carry around than a bass fiddle. Two dogs, standing upright, lean on the boundary fence, both staring intently at the goings-on. One is recalling how a friend once described art like the unannounced appearance of a falcon fast approaching in crisp blue sky, seen from the vantage point of prey in flight. Dear, your exchange rate has crossed 20.06 and moving beyond 20 again. To know the detailed analysis, please dial *111 *10 *20 hashtag from your mobile. Take this opportunity. Nearby, half submerged in sand, a Nissan Patrol swings its wheelbase back and forth, whisking silica meringue.